Here at the Nashville Analytics Summit with Chris Bawden.
I'm Chris. I'm a product owner for the data science and artificial intelligence teams for Jackson National Life. I'm based out of Michigan. We've got a Franklin office here, which is part of the reason they allowed me to come to this conference.
That's cool. So what do you do on a day-to-day basis, like in general terms?
Aside from general project management type stuff, one of the primary responsibilities I have is working with our customers. Obviously, as a typical product owner, I would work with the customers, figure out what they want, what they need me to build. But then, because data science and AI are relatively new and growing capabilities, I end up doing a lot of coaching with our customers to figure out how they're going to use it, what business questions they're going to answer, how it can actually integrate into their existing workflows, and then also explain to them what we need out of them. You never want a customer to come and say, hey, build this for me, spend 2-3 months building a data science or artificial intelligence solution, throw it over to them. It usually doesn't work well. So I try to explain to my customers, well, for us to build something correctly for you, this is what we need to know, and this is the kind of engagement that we need from you.
So you set good expectations while learning as much as you can about the customer. So it sounds like you probably do a good job at being a PM, or a project owner or product owner in general, because most of the POs and PMs that I talk to, they don't focus on that proactivity as much as like checking the box and whatnot. So what's the most exciting thing about or what brings you to the Analytics Summit this year?
I've been to the Analytics Summit probably five years or so now, and my favorite thing about it is the community. There's a lot of people here, but it acts almost like a small conference. We get to know the people who are here regularly. I see people that I only see once a year here. Yeah. I'll walk up and talk to them as if no time has passed. And then the speakers, the quality of speakers is phenomenal. There's always some promotional speaking, but at this conference in particular, it doesn't feel like it's just a big sales pitch. Some of the consultants will stand up and say, this is who we are, this is what we do, but then go into the useful things the useful lessons that we can learn from them. And so we certainly get to know them, but we really get a lot of value from what they speak about.
That's really cool. A lot of people are afraid when they go to shows with vendors that it's just going to be one big sales pitch after another. So that's really good to hear, because this is my first time here. So as somebody who's attended for multiple years in a row, Gen AI seems to be putting its mark on almost everything these days. So how have you seen it change, from years past to this year so far? Because I know we're just getting started, but it is kind of the topic in every presentation almost.
Sure. Well, you've seen AI and data science start becoming big, but suddenly with ChatGPT, obviously that exploded, and now everybody is focusing on it. Where you saw I don't want to say a slow transition from analytics and data visualization into data science and AI, but it wasn't accelerated nearly as much as since ChatGPT exploded. Not only because there's headlines and a lot of buzz around ChatGPT and generative AI, but also because of how much more applicable it is. There's a lot of value that you can get from it, and that value is a lot more obvious, and that value can be found by many more disciplines than what traditionally people thought about AI and data science. It's much more obvious how we can use it, and people are less afraid to try it because the interface is there and they can test it out, and it makes a lot more sense to them than some of these data science models behind the scene.
Yeah, that from my perspective, that makes a lot of sense, because I'm not the data scientist like others here for sure, but it helps me get in the data in ways that I couldn't before, just because I didn't have the skill sets and stuff like that. So as far as the Analytics Summit goes, if somebody's thinking about coming, what is the best thing? Is it the network? Is it the content? Is it a bit of both? What do you think about that?
I'm an introvert, so for me, it's the content. I love the topics, the content, but really, I think there is a huge benefit to the networking and the people. I can go up and talk to just about anyone. People are very friendly, very nice, and the conversations around past summits and this summit, the conversations are very natural. So for most people, it's probably the networking and the people and the conversations.
Well, as somebody who's not an introvert, I appreciate you coming to talk to us, because I understand that it's like it's not the easiest thing to put yourself out there, but this does seem to be a really good show for people that are, data nerds or introverts and all that kind of stuff to come out and really truly get into the actual conversations that you want to, and not the superficial stuff that may or may not matter. So before I let you go, though, is there anything that you'd like to tell the folks out there, whether they be students, professionals, or anything like that, about pretty much anything data related?
Not a thing. I've said it all.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today. And that's it. All right.
Great. Thank you.